Hey guys, Emily from Foodbox HQ here. Today we're talking about Fulton Fish Market. Fulton Fish Market is one of the United States' oldest running fish markets, having been founded in 1822 in New York City. Since then, they've created an online marketplace where you can select fish and they'll deliver it right to your door. So let's see what's in our box. Alrighty, so it looks like we were given an oyster shucking knife. That's very nice of them. We've got a little note here that tells you who packed your box, some information, and then the good stuff is gonna be inside your insulation. So it looks like we've got an ice pack here, some clams, we have some sea bass, I believe. Yep, black sea bass. We have some salmon here, some tuna steaks, and then another ice pack on the bottom. So let's get organized and talk a little bit more about how this works and how it got started. So for over 200 years, New York City chefs have been going to Fulton Fish Market to plan their menus and impress their patrons. Then in 2014, they expanded their market to an online marketplace so that you can impress people from the comfort of your own home. So the market is actually made up of 30 different seafood companies who work as a co-op to bring you a wide variety of sustainable seafood. There's a mix of fresh and frozen seafood, so make sure you're double checking that before you order, but all you need to do is just select what you want, how much you want of it, and then you add it to your cart. They have over 25 different types of fish. They've got clams, oysters, shrimp, crab, lobsters, squid, even octopus. You can also subscribe, which gets you a little bit of a discount, or you can even join their rewards program so that the more that you order, the more that you save. They even have cool things on their site like bundles and kits. I saw a sushi kit or a seafood tower bundle that you can select if you're doing some sort of entertaining, but they also have recipes on their site. So if you're not, really sure what you want to make or looking for inspiration, or even if you just don't know how to cook a lobster, they can definitely help you. Today, we're actually going to be doing a taste test of the clams, and we're going to be making one of my favorite recipes ever. My grandparents are from Portugal, so I grew up with quite a lot of Portuguese recipes and sort of traditional food growing up, and this is one of my absolute favorites. It's something that I asked my mom to make me for my birthday for many, many years. It's called Amêijoas de Bulhão Pato. So essentially it's clams in a light white wine sauce. So it's named after a Portuguese poet, Raimundo Antonio de Bulhão Pato. So there's a couple of different stories as to how it became, named after him, but one of them is that there was a local chef that he named in one of his books, and as a thank you, the chef named the dish after him. Or the other side of that story is that the poet served this dish at every one of his dinner parties, and it was something that people loved. It's a great appetizer, goes great with some crusty bread, and it's super, super simple. All you need is some dry white wine. We're using a Vinho Verde, which is a green wine from Portugal, so that it's very authentic. You need some garlic, cilantro, clams, and a little bit of lemon, and that's it. So let's get cooking. Alrighty, now it's time for the taste test. I wish you could smell this through the camera. It smells so good. Yeah, the clams are really meaty. Look at how much meat is on there. That's such a big clam. That's so good. And just so you guys know, if you're ever making this at home, the way to do this, you take the bread, you dip it in that sauce, let it soak it in, get it completely saturated. It's delicious. It's a little bit messy, but it's so good. I'm gonna go finish this and try not to pour it all down my front, but I'll see you in a little bit for some final thoughts. All right, guys, just a quick wrap up on Fulton Fish Market. First off, I am floored by the amount of variety that they have. There are fish listed on their website that I have never seen before in my life. So if you're looking for something that might be a fish that you've never seen in a supermarket, definitely check on Fulton Fish Market to see if it's there. Also, you know, when you order from them, you're gonna get really high quality seafood. They've been in business for over 200 years, as well as they supply some of the top restaurants in New York City. And honestly, I think our clams really showcased that. They were really meaty, really delicious. One thing as a side note, if you are looking to recreate our recipe, I'll make sure that I put that down in the description under the video. However, just keep in mind when you're cooking with clams, there is a lot of prep work involved. This recipe is very simple, very easy to make, but there's a lot of time needed to get those clams ready before they go in the pot. So we had to soak them for 3 to 4 hours in cold water with a little bit of salt to get all of that sand out. And then we had to scrub them pretty vigorously for a while before we could get moving. But ultimately, I think it was worth it because that was absolutely delicious. And yes, I'm probably a little bit biased because it's my favorite meal ever, but I promise you, try it. It's so good and it's definitely a crowd pleaser. Lastly, taking a look at their website, there are so many different ways that you can think about shopping at Fulton Fish Market. You can shop for just yourself if you're ordering stuff for the week. Things come both fresh and frozen, so it'll say that in the description when you're ordering. Just as a note, all of our stuff came fresh. We froze a couple of things that we want to use later, but there's stuff that we'll be cooking this week, so we've left that out. Just keep that in mind so that you can make sure you can plan accordingly. So if you're looking for some really high quality seafood and a ton of variety, click the link below and check out Fulton Fish Market. So for over 200 years, New York City chefs and restaurateurs have been going to the okay. For over 200 years, New York City chefs and restaurateur.
Hey, hey.